Hey everybody, welcome back to Surviving with Boomer. We are swimming with the Guardians today. They have been checking me out like you would not believe. So I don't know if I told you exactly how big the circle was going to be in the last episode, but it's a 256 block diameter. So 128 blocks in every direction that I'm standing right now. Approximately 1.3 million blocks of water are going to get removed in this process. So it's massive. I've done this a few other times before. On average, it's taken me about 3 weeks to complete. We'll see how far we get before we decide to wrap this up. At least for this episode, I may continue, the second part of it after, but we're going to do this in 2 separate time lapses, at least to get started. The first one is just going to be placing the glass circle. Second one is going to start clearing, and then somewhere around the midway point, I'm going to come back and have a conversation. Let's get started. Hey guys, I tell you, that was a massive amount of glass. That took me approximately 5 double chests and a little bit over 3 hours to place all of that. And it looks like they're not too happy about it. So they're not going to be happy when I get my next project going here. We have to clear 1.3 million blocks of water. Let's get started. And Guardians, you can go to the movies or something. We don't need you for this one. Well, guys, holy moly, I got to tell you, this has been a fun challenge so far. Hopefully you enjoyed those time lapses. I do apologize. I did catch a minor video editing issue along the way. I've been literally 4.5 hours. I've had Microsoft on my computer trying to understand why I can't move files created from Windows 10 to a Windows 11 computer and edit or play them. And I've got 2 Windows 10 computers, 2 Windows 11, and you can't move files either way. And Microsoft cannot seem to resolve it. So in the whole process of everything, I lost a couple files and my editing got a little frustrating. And so I do apologize, that did sneak through. But I wanted to give you a show of to see how far I actually am in this process. So as you can see, we're almost halfway through. Now initially I said it was about 1.3 million blocks of water. It's going to be probably just a little bit less because on the far deep end, on this back side, the furthest I go down is y equals 39. So this could not have been a much better scenario as far as how fast you can clear this, simply because a lot of Guardian temples, the land around it goes down to y equals 30 or 32. So I caught a huge break here in the amount of water I'm going to have to remove. Now, there's always that challenge that you have when you're clearing a Guardian temple, or even something this big, that you have to get to the ocean floor to clear the kelp, the seagrass, right? You've got to get rid of wherever the sand's going to fall. Otherwise, it breaks the sand and you have to go down and replace it. Well, then, of course, you have to fight the Guardians. So one thing I did, not necessarily for clearing the sand or clearing the kelp and seagrass off the floor, you still have to do that and you put that sand barrier down. But one thing I did to help reduce how much damage I'm going to take while I'm clearing the individual pockets is I built this 2-high cobble wall. Now I put Swift Sneak 3, hopefully I said that right. Yep, Swift Sneak 3 on my leggings, which allowed me to, while I'm placing all this, to move very quickly. And it allowed me to, if I started getting attacked by a Guardian, to get away fast enough to where I wouldn't even take any damage, and then come back and put the second layer on top. So as I'm clearing sections, right, if I'm clearing those little 8x8 pockets, I'm not getting attacked by Guardians while I'm up here, which was normally a big problem. You would go from one section to another, and Guardians on this side over here, on this side over here, would cause all sorts of issues. So I took the path down far enough to where I'm probably about 60 blocks past the temple on either side. Guardians don't come down that far, so I don't take extra damage. And again, how long does it take to place? It took me probably 3 minutes to place the 2-high cobble wall, maybe 4, and that's it. So it was well worth it and allowed me to take a whole lot less damage throughout this process. So I am actually going to wrap this episode up here simply because tomorrow morning I am traveling for work, and I won't be back home until at least Thursday. So I didn't want this to go 2.5 weeks without an update. I know I haven't had a single video hit the channel. I've been working with Sega to try to figure out what's going on with Galactifund. There's still 2 minor issues that we're holding up to work through so we can get that update out to you guys and then move on to some other add-ons. So I appreciate you guys surviving with me along the way here, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Have a good one.